What's up, everybody? Hey. Welcome to the new year, man. Come on. I love it. I absolutely love it. 2026, here we are. We're back. Better than ever. Welcome to the Hurt Locker. Thank you for tuning in. Big one today. This is the last one we'll have with Liam, probably for the foreseeable future for a while. But he's repping good today. He's got that gear on. Yeah. Ole Miss, baby. Hotty toddy. Here we go. I'm just repping Sherwin-Williams. It's my only red blue thing I really have. So got off work, came on, straight to the pod. Got to get to work. When you're off work, you're still working. So here we are. Welcome everybody. 2026. Big matchups. We're doing a little pregame. Obviously, Ole Miss, Miami, big one here tonight. For you guys on the East Coast, obviously a 7:30 kick, 4:30 for me here on the West Coast. Looking forward to it. The games have been crazy. We're doing pretty much just a recap of what we saw last week before in 2025, and now recapping and previewing for what we're about to see here tonight starting. And then we're even doing something different. We're throwing in some NFL previews, doing that right off the top of the dome. Liam has no idea that we were doing that. He hasn't even seen the spreads. So
no, we haven't rehearsed this at all. So I have no clue what we're going with.
No rehearsal. No, what do they say? F it, we're doing it live.
Yeah, so we'll do it live. Shout out Bill O'Reilly.
Go. That's right. So here we are, man. Should be a good one today. Again, welcome to the Hurt Locker. Please follow at LowHurt24 on X, or please like, subscribe, follow, do the chat interaction. Help us significantly if you go to YouTube. That truly actually does help us out, guys. So please go do that at Total Coverage Sports. Much appreciated there on the YouTube channel side of things. Let's kick it off. Here. So we'll do a little recap of what we saw with Oregon and Texas Tech. That to me, Oregon finally looked like the team that they've been preaching about all year. They really slammed the door on those guys. I mean, Morton had no answer for anything. Tech had no answer offensively. Oregon fully dominated that game up and down. Offensively, still wasn't the best on earth. But again, they did actually play a good defense who's been really, really good all year with Tech. So obviously we weren't thinking they were going to put up a bunch of points, but they did what they had to do, and they shut them down completely on the defensive side of things. So Oregon looked really good. And I think, now you're seeing Indiana with what Indiana just did, and they fully embarrassed Alabama. And I mean, you could even tell the third and fourth quarter, they were just running the ball. They weren't even really throwing the football anymore. And Alabama couldn't stop it. They knew what was coming. They're just eating clock, and they can't even stop a team that's eating clock from scoring touchdowns. So Indiana looked very, very aggressive. They looked assertive. They looked better, or just as good as they've looked all year long. The offense is clicking, full NFL squad. I'm really excited for these two matchups that we're seeing coming up. Dante Moore, I don't think, again, nothing really jumps off at the page, but he did everything he had to do. Early on in the game, he looked like he was carving the defense up. The zone coverage for them was not working. Dante took full effect and full advantage of that. And I mean, again, they outlasted them. They dominated that game on both sides of the football. It wasn't even close from the start. It didn't seem like speed-wise, Tech definitely had it defensively. You can see that they kept up speed-wise with Oregon, but that offensive game from Tech was actually so embarrassing to watch.
Well, they had a month to prepare, and all they did was run, throw screens, couldn't get Morton comfortable at all. And then they didn't. The thing is, I get it. First, second quarter, if it doesn't work, right, go change something at halftime. And they came out and did the exact same thing. We were texting throughout the entire game, right? Can't. Running, you got to give up on the run. It's just not going to work against this Oregon front, and they refused to do that. And it was a very ineffective, uninspiring performance that, again, Tech will remember the season for forever, right? Big 12 champs, 11-1 regular season, all that good stuff. Best season they've had in who knows how long. But I mean, you had a national championship level defense that just they gave it their all against Oregon, and the offense just refused to show up. Kind of like my Aggies, but that's a story for another time. And I think we covered that plenty enough a couple weeks ago.
We did. Yeah. I mean, again, the run game, it was just screen pass after screen pass. And Oregon was kind of doing the same thing, on the other side. Their offense was kind of just run, throw screen pass, bubble screen. There wasn't a whole lot of taking shots down the field. There wasn't, and the times that there were, it didn't look very good. Like they weren't good shots down the field. It wasn't one-on-ones. It was thrown into triple coverage and double coverage. And, the decision making by Morton was terrible. I mean, he must have thrown maybe 8 or 9 incomplete screen passes that he couldn't even throw a full screen.
He couldn't even get into a rhythm throwing past the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and so it was abysmal on the offensive side of things from Tech. They're not going to see that now when they play Indiana. I know all the crap I talked about him probably being the worst Heisman to ever win it, which I still would maybe stick to that. Like I was looking at the past Heisman winners, and just talent-wise, man, top to bottom, was so much better than what he really is in my eyes. But he takes care of the football. He makes the throws that he has to make. He relies on that great defense and the good run game that they have. The play calling, so the coaching, for one, has been tremendous for them. So all in all, I mean, I can't bag on the guy too much. He's doing exactly what he has to do. He is still making top-tier throws from what I saw in that Alabama game. And, again, making throws that he has to make, that he should make, hitting guys in stride, throwing guys open, which is the more impressive thing as a quarterback, Liam. You know all about that. It's one thing to hit guys that are wide open because your coach has schemed such a great game plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hitting guys that are wide open. But throwing guys open who look like they might be covered, but you have enough touch and you can put enough on the ball to actually lead guys and throw them open to a touchdown or hit them in stride is a whole nother caliber. And he has definitely shown little signs and flashes of that at times. And we saw it against Bama again. And now with a really tough matchup with Oregon, it's going to be interesting on round 2 because he did it the first time. The first time they played, he had a fantastic game. Again, not turning the ball over, threw guys open, made extra plays, made plays with his feet, kept plays alive. It'll be interesting to see what round 2 looks like with these two teams. I'm excited, dude.
I can't wait. And so I'm nervous about this matchup for Indiana. 1, it's hard to beat a team twice. 2, what Oregon did at Texas Tech. We talked about in a couple shows ago how we think Tech and Indiana comp really similar to each other. My mind's changed a little bit on that just because of what Indiana did to Alabama. And they're so balanced on offense, right? Mendoza's throwing guys open. He's got great receivers, great tight ends. Kalen Black, their running back, is just unbelievable. He got hurt on one play against Bama. I think he came back 2 snaps later when I thought he was done for the game, and just continued to bulldoze the Bama front seven. Does Indiana to you look like the Alabama of the mid-20 teens? Does that not remind you of them at all?
Yeah, no, I mean, it does. It does for sure. It's just weird coming from a basketball school who in the past has absolutely
never been good.
No, they've never had a good football team. No. So now that they're as dominant as they are, it's incredible to watch. It's really cool to see. And this is what I've been asking for is I need somebody else to watch in these football games. Like I'm tired of seeing all the same teams. I'm glad Bama's out of it. I'm glad Oklahoma's out of it. I'm glad Ohio State got sent home. Like this is great for football. This is great.
This is the parity we've been wanting and looking for a long time. And there's still, we can still fix the playoff. We can still make sure that, deserving G6 teams can make it in without forcing them to be in and have better matchups early on. That being said, is this the first time in the in the playoff era that we can remember that all 4 teams legitimately have a chance to win it all?
Yeah, and there's because again, no Bama, no Ohio State, no Clemson, no Michigan. There's no Georgia, which I'm sad about. I'm dogs, obviously, but Ole Miss, great story. They are a fantastic football team. Coming in with a backup QB from a D2 school who has been balling, must I remind you, absolutely balling.
He's already won 1 national championship. Just remember that. He's got experience.
Right? Now, that would be a stat. Ain't nobody, I don't think, has won a Natty at D2 level and then came around and won at the D1 level. I know Cam Newton.
Okay. Yep.
But I don't think that was D2. I think that was JUCO.
It was JUCO, Blinn. Yep. Shout out Brenham, Texas.
So So yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone's actually ever done that D2 to D1 and won 2 national championships.
Not that I
as a
can, not that I
quarterback.
can think, because transfers haven't been as common from that level moving up, right? It's always been common at JUCO because you do your
Right.
2 years at JUCO and then go up to big boy D1. But I don't think up until the transfer portal really just opened up that, unless it's a grad transfer for 1 year. But I maybe we're just totally blanking on somebody, but not that I can think of. No.
Yeah. So that's just a cool Cinderella underdog story in itself. And then beating a perennial team like Georgia. I mean, absolutely fantastic. I don't know if my cousin.
The biggest name brand in this is Miami, and they haven't been relevant since 02-03.
Right. Yep. And I have to shout out, speaking of dogs, man, I got to shout out my cousin Griffin. Liam, you met my cousin Griffin.
Yep.
He got accepted into Athens at University of Georgia today. He said he was crying all morning, said, I can't believe it, dude. I'm so happy. Dream school for him. He's the reason why I root for the dogs, him and his family. And he's in there going to graduate school now. So I just wanted to shout out and give a congratulations on there, because that is pretty badass, dude. From what I've heard and how hard
that is awesome. That's awesome.
And from what I've heard and how hard it is to actually get into that school. And everybody that's like, yeah, even an in-state kid is so hard to get into an in-state school like that. So again, shout out Griffin, good work, buddy. And yeah, I know we kind of just tried to preview the Oregon-Indiana matchup. But we didn't go into full effect. We're actually going to kick this off and do some NFL picks, man. So me and Liam actually have traditionally done NFL picks, which we might have told this story maybe once already, about how we do $1 a game. And we just go straight spreads, whatever they come out with. You go team for team. You just pick all the way through. And then we do like a $5 special. So team covers the spread, you get $1 for your special. Team covers the spread, you get $5. If your team don't cover the spread, you lose $1, you lose $5. So losing your special every week, which I have done many of time, you always think it's a shoo-in and it's not, right? And that's where it gets really fun. And so what I wanted to do with Liam this week is I wanted to do each playoff matchup and do $2 a game with one $5 special is what I wanted to do.
Okay.
So
I like it. Deal.
We do it up a little bit, make it fun for everybody listening, so they can keep track for next week on who got their pocket emptied a little bit more than the other guy. So
we got real jobs now, so this is big boy money, right?
Yeah, big boy money. $2 and $5, big boy money.
I love it.
That's right.
I love it.
So yeah, I wanted to start with that, have a little fun with that, and then we'll do our previews for the college football playoffs. We can even do a little FCS Natty, man. I don't know anybody that watched that. The FCS Natty was freaking awesome. If you missed that, you missed on some really good football, actually. Really good.
Was that the game of the year at any level? I mean, from an excitement standpoint, it went to overtime. There was a ton of points, a ton of good football being played, really up until the last 2 drives of special teams, and the stakes. Right, like that, you could think the Georgia-Tennessee game this year, right? Was it overtime or double overtime? Like,
was insane.
Being at that game was one of the coolest games I've ever been to. I mean, the stakes were high. It's a rivalry game, but that's not a championship game. They weren't even playing for like an SEC championship, right? It was just a conference game.
Yeah. I mean, Georgia Ole Miss this last week was a crazy game.
Yes, that was also, you could argue, the game of the year all there too.
Yes. I think the other one that I can think of, you're talking all levels. I mean, NFL, Bears Niners was insane in terms of no defense.
A&M Notre Dame back in
A&M Notre Dame was crazy.
Also the same day as Tennessee Georgia.
Yep. The Rams Seahawks was freaking insane a couple weeks ago. Game of the year, man.
We got Army Navy. Army Navy
was damn good per usual.
Yep.
I mean, there's something up for the year. But if you didn't tune into this FCS Natty, Montana State Natty champs, and I texted Liam and said it's the worst way that anybody could ever win a national championship. They won off an extra point, guys. They won off an extra point. So Illinois State gets the ball first in overtime. Must I remind you, Illinois State was down at one point, 2 touchdowns. I text Liam like, this game's over because I've seen Montana State so much this year and how they just have put teams away, like 21-7, and you're thinking, yeah, it's going to get worse from here. And Illinois State has done the same thing over and over again. I'm dumb enough that I even said that. I should have just stuck to the script because I knew what this team is capable of. They've done it the entire year. They've done it all throughout the playoffs, beating North Dakota State in the first round and upsetting them at North Dakota State in the Dome. Yeah, they came back, come marching back. And it was one of the craziest football games I've ever seen. I saw a guy completely hurdle someone, keep himself up on the sideline and dive for a touchdown, which was one of the first big plays of the game. That wasn't even late in the game. That was early. And it just set the tone from there. Ever since that moment, it was like, oh my God, like this game's going to be one for the history books.
And the crowd was awesome. Having it
the
in
crowd
Nashville
was
compared to Frisco,
yes,
because I've been to 2 championship games now in Frisco, and it's cool, but it's played in the FC Dallas soccer stadium. The only reason it's not there this year is because they're upgrading it for the next 2 years. So they moved it to Nashville, and instead of having it in Nissan Stadium where the Titans play, they had it in Vanderbilt Stadium, and it was pretty much packed to the gills. I think it was the biggest FCS championship crowd since like 1998 or something. They had over 25,000 people there, and it was rocking. There was
so awesome.
9. Dude, Montana State had 9 false starts. 9. Are you kidding me? Again, some bad football, but
they kept saying,
it was just incredible.
I think it was Brock Osweiler. He kept saying, wow, this Illinois State crowd's just totally make an effect on this game. And I'm like,
but it wasn't even like there was more Montana State fans there than Illinois State by a lot, and they were rocking.
Damn Redbirds, man. And speaking of damn Redbirds, they get the ball in OT. And what's even crazier, dude, is Montana State had an opportunity to kick a game-winning field goal in this game. And remind me what happened on that. I'm pretty sure they got
was the PAT. So the field goal, there was one bad hold and one bad snap, but I don't remember. Well, one got blocked.
There was a penalty for Montana State. They were in field goal range. In field goal range. He gets sacked. Very next play, they get a penalty, draws them even farther back. They then had to punt and couldn't kick a game-winning field goal. Illinois State gets the ball back, goes down, has a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. Montana State blocks it, and I thought it was going to be a block 6.
Yes, to end it like that, yeah.
As soon as he blocked it, the guy has a jump on it, and actually the ball went right to him too, and I was like, oh my God, they're going to block 6 this. And the guy ended up getting tackled. They go in overtime. Illinois State gets the ball first, scores, bang, like almost right away.
Is it one play or 2 plays in?
Yeah, 2 plays, scores almost right away, and extra point, bad snap, don't get the PAT, dude. And I told him, I texted him, and I said,
all year.
There's no way that a football game that of that caliber that was that good should ever come down to somebody missing a PAT because of freaking kickers. God, I hate kickers, man. They either make your damn day or they absolutely ruin your damn day. There's nothing else.
And I feel horrible for the kid too. And that's just one's not his fault. The block's not his fault. The bad snap and the miss, like that definitely a little more on your shoulders. And I feel for the kid, but at the same time, like one game or one play doesn't make or break a game. Like you could have spent the whole game not chasing 21-point deficit, right? You could have not gotten down, 24-7 or whatever it was in the second quarter. Now, Illinois State's been doing it all playoffs. They've been down in the North Dakota State game. They were down 14 with 6 minutes left. They threw 5 picks and still found a way to win against the number 1 team.
And they've been doing it. Sure when they were down 21-7, I'm pretty sure they were like, we got them right where we want them, guys. This is perfect. Yep. We're set up perfectly here. And then Montana State, even crazier. This is the even crazier part of all of this, right? They missed the PAT. Now Montana State just has to score a touchdown and kick a PAT. They're going to win the national championship, which is what ended up happening. But must I remind you, what ended up happening is it wasn't even a 4th and goal. It wasn't a 3rd and goal, and they scored on nothing. No.
Nope.
They weren't even in a goal line situation. It was 4th and 10.
From what, the 17 or
4th
15,
and 10
something like,
from outside of the goal, and he throws an absolute dime to the corner to a guy that honestly was pretty much wide open.
Okay, what do you think of the call? Do you like sending the house on 4th and 10? Because I have a take on it, but I want to hear yours first.
What do you
They
think?
sent everyone. They went cover zero.
Yes,
Sent everybody.
They sent everybody cover zero across the board. From Tanner Volk, who is now going to be a CFL safety. He texted immediately after this game and said, "What in the hell are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we blitzing all these guys? Why are we in cover zero?" And I said, well, for one, I'm not going to let a guy sit back there and have all the time in the world and eat a sandwich and scramble around and make something happen out of nothing.
Because they watched too many Auburn, Alabama highlights, and Gravedigger comes up again.
Yes, it would turn into a scramble drill. Guy makes some crazy play. And again, they only needed 10 yards. They didn't need to score on that play, but to extend the drive, we needed 10 yards, 4th and 10.
But the quarterback has to make a perfect throw and a perfect read and get the ball out on time because he's throwing off of somebody. So if Illinois State comes in and gets a sack or it's an incompletion, it's the greatest call on defense ever. No one questions it. Yeah. But now because they scored, it's like, oh, why'd you do that? Well, you can't just let them sit back there. You can run it like 4th and 10 is not easy to get.
Yeah, I don't like sending 7 guys. I think that is a little overkill. But I do agree you got to bring somebody, right? Like I do agree you have to at least bring a +1, so rushing 5 or maybe a +2 and bring 2 guys.
No, you have to rush at least 6. So you force the quarterback to throw off of somebody or you have the running back stay in. Have to in that scenario because again, or else the quarterback could still be dancing around. Because if you rush 5 there and you go 5 for 5 up front, running back can still hit a check down or get the first down, then that's ideal for the quarterback to throw. Yeah. You have to bring somebody else, or you play the other way, bring 3 or 4, drop in coverage and hope he makes a bad throw or someone can get pressure. But it sucks they lost on that. I would have done the same thing. I would have sent the house cover 0 or 2-man and still bring 6.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with bringing guys, but I do think the whole going man to man like that. Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. You got to know it's going to a guy named Taco. It's going to the guy named Taco. Who else are you going to throw to? Nobody. You're not throwing anybody else. You're not going to throw to the guy named Brad on the other side of the field. Brad's not going to get it. No. This guy's name's freaking Taco. That's who we're throwing the ball to. And he's their best guy. I mean, it is tough. That's a tough one.
Did I pitch you this idea? Taco Dowler, I don't know if he has eligibility left. I think he does. But
Thieves.
He needs to go. That'd be cool. But the perfect NIL opportunity for him is go to the MAC, play on Tuesdays. You got Taco Tuesday every day in November. And then get some Taco Bell or Taco Del Mar or whatever.
That would actually be really cool.
Is that not really the move?
Dirty Dan even commented and said Taco.
Oh yeah.
He also said for game of the year, Oregon State, Sam Houston was a good one.
I went to bed at half.
Okay.
And we're not going to talk about that.
I'm gonna shut my computer off now, Dan.
I can't run this by myself, so that'll be it for the show.
I think I'm gonna be sick. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Did they lose in basketball too? To Sam Houston?
Liam, why are we bringing this up? You just
it was already
okay. Turn off the podcast, dude. We're not doing this. This is stupid.
You guys enjoyed the Fiesta Bowl.
Oh my god. Okay, Dan, we're supposed to be talking about good football here, and you just brought up maybe the worst game of the entire season was that one. For one, it was the toilet bowl. It was like the 2 worst teams in football, literally. I mean, probably actually. And I don't want to rehash what happened in that game. I don't even have the capacity in my body to have to live through another painful, agonist game that was. I can't do it, dude. I can't do it.
There's the bright side though, and I know there's some Bama fans listening to this. Austin Mack is making his way to Corvallis as we speak. All right. I believe that is the guy. Shep's been recruiting really hard in that area. He's bringing some guys from Bama with him. and Austin Mack is the future of Oregon State football.
A little time. I do want to talk about this since we have a little time. So the recruiting for Oregon State has kind of been okay. The portal's been all right.
I think from an Oregon State standpoint, besides losing Trent Walker to Houston, and good luck to him, I think he's going to do well in the Big 12. That's a great pickup for the Cougars. I think it doesn't matter who you lose because of how bad they've been recently. I'm not sad to see anyone go necessarily. And everyone else, well, I'm not going to get my hopes like sky high for any one guy. It's been surprisingly good. And because of Shep's history of developing receivers at Bama and before then, you got to be excited about whoever they're getting, at least from an offensive standpoint.
I mean, we just got the kid from Texas, which I know all the Texas fans are like, okay, that guy sucked anyway. Like,
kid.
And I'm like, okay.
He made the Texas football team. Yeah.
It's
Oregon State.
He's a 4-star kid who was a 3rd-ranked kid in the nation as an athlete.
All of them pan out at SEC schools.
Yeah. Hello. I would like to raise my hand and say I volunteer as tribute to take him on my football team because what do we have to lose? Like you said, what do we care? What do we care at this point, right? Everybody's up. No one's position is set in stone. Everyone is back to square one. You have a new coach. You have a whole new staff. Like, as they say, if anybody has seen The League, which if you haven't seen The League, it is a show about guys who play fantasy football, and they act like it's real life. Okay? So it's a crazy good show. It's hilarious. Like, these guys are like, I will trade you, and it's an older show. They talk about, I will trade you Calvin Johnson if you give me $300 and I get to take your mom out to dinner. Like, stuff like that. just the funniest stuff you've ever heard. So I don't think that actually happened in the show, but stuff like that. There's a guy on the show, and his name is Ralphie. Now, Ralphie is very questionable human being. There's a lot of things wrong with him. He's not mentally all there. And he always will just randomly, he'll just randomly pop in and go, Ralphie bomb and stuff like that. Just the most stupid things you've ever heard, right? And he always yells Gattaca. He goes, Gattaca! Like, he's just, nothing makes sense from Ralphie. There's also a guy, speaking of Taco, his name is Taco, and he's in that show. That is his actual name, just like
maybe he was named after the character.
Maybe. And his name is Taco. Taco's the worst fantasy player amongst the group. Like, Taco drafted 6 kickers one year. So yeah,
Taco's an auto draft guy, or is it he's just dumb? Okay.
No, he just doesn't understand. He doesn't understand the point system. So he looks at it
when it changes every year. I get it.
And what's cool is they do like a meeting, right? They all meet together, like in person, and they do the big old draft board to where they put the names actually on the draft board. Like, it's actually really cool. Like, this is throwback stuff. You have to watch the show if you haven't seen it. It's just comedy gold, dude. But what I was saying about the whole position thing, like, no one has a set position anymore. No one's guaranteed a spot. Whole new coaching staff. Ralphie used to always say in this show, no one's safe. He used to always say it just like that. And he would scare the piss out of people. And there's this episode where he's teaching a kid swimming lessons on how to swim. He randomly shows up to this swim lessons with all these little kids because he's trying to hit on all the moms, right? And so he shows up and he's trying to teach this kid, and he's like, yeah, this is what you need to do, especially if you go in the military. They're going to teach you how to swim and hold your breath underwater for 45 minutes. You do butterflies. Swim, stab, swim, stab. And it's just classic. And so then he tells the kid, he's like, just remember, no one's safe. And that's immediately what comes in my head is how you said, who cares who leaves? Who cares who goes? Obviously, I don't want to see Trent Walker leave. He's a really great receiver, but he's going to do way better things probably at Houston. It'll probably give him a better chance and a look, maybe get into the NFL or CFL, upping his chances. And so good for him. But yeah, no one is safe on this Oregon State staff, players, anybody. It's a whole new system. So I'm excited.
Only you can equate a swimming scene in the league to Oregon State football. That was genuinely impressive.
Swim step. Oh man, I had to, man. I had to.
I'm very excited to see what the Beavs do. I'm not holding my breath about, a huge season or anything like that, but I just want to see progress, steps on the right path, and a competitive team that at the end of the day, we can feel comfortable and confident that they will compete for a Pac-12 championship. Doesn't have to be year one. I don't need it to be next year. To be honest, if we're doing predictions now, I'm good with the bowl game. If they can go 6-6, especially with that start of the schedule, they got Tech. I think they play Montana State. I think
the schedule is rough with like five H's.
They play Houston again.
Great.
It's gonna be tough, but a bowl eligible Oregon State team in the year of our Lord 2026 will be a huge confidence boost moving forward.
So what you're saying is Trent Walker total over is going to hit on everything when he plays the Beavs.
Yeah,
got it. That's already logging that one. Dirty Dan logged that one in the chat, dude. Taking the over on all Trent Walker stats when he absolutely roasts Oregon State's crappy defense next year.
Hey, not crappy, portaled. Remember.
Okay. Right. Yeah, and so is that true? Is Mac actually going to visit?
The rumor is they're gonna work between him and the West Florida kid who threw for like 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns.
So that's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna.
It's gonna be. They're going after both of them. How realistic is it? I don't know, but I know there's smoke around Mac. For sure, there's smoke.
I think that kid's name is Marcus Stokes.
Stone or Stokes? I'll look it up. But anyway, yeah.
But I was watching some highlight tape because I was curious. I heard this name circulating. You sent it to me. I heard a couple other people talking about it. Okay, Marcus Stokes. I was right. I told you that it looks like Johnny Manziel with like a ton of tattoos in college because Manziel didn't get tatted until he left college. So he looks like a pre-tatted Manziel. Yeah, see, and I saw that too. Dirty Dan just said West Florida kid is Memphis bound, I believe. So I saw that.
Serious?
I did see that too. But I also saw that we did get Memphis's running back coach.
He committed today to Memphis.
Wow.
8 hours ago. How did I miss this? Well, Austin Mack it is. Never mind.
We're all in. And from what I saw from Austin Mack in the last part of that Bama game, when they were getting obliterated, he came out and he was slinging the pill. And you're not going to be facing Indiana when you play for Oregon State. So
you'll be facing Texas Tech, who also made the playoffs. But yeah, you're right.
But besides that point, it would be really, really cool to get a guy like that.
Yeah, San Diego State ain't trotting any first-round defensive ends anytime soon.
No, probably not.
Dang, I did not know he committed today. That's unfortunate. Well, hopefully they can get Mac, throw some money at him. And worst case, Malik Murphy still owes Corvallis a couple shekels. So
he just said, "I want Malik."
Oh, jeez. All right, Liam, let's get back to the playoffs. We can't be doing this Oregon State talk.
Liam, who is this guy? I usually like everything he says in here, but please, are you serious? You're not serious. You don't really want Malik Murphy, do you? Can you please put the chat in here and please respond again and say, yes, I'm serious, or no, I'm just kidding. Like, be for real. I don't want to go on a rampage about the absolute utter disappointment.
We can't. We have playoffs today and tomorrow. You can rampage
disappointment from a guy who was supposed to be so good. Oh my God. This guy's getting my blood boiling, dude. Absolutely getting my blood boiling.
Stir the pot.
So Crusty, salty Beaver fan. You gotta love it. Okay, let's get into it. We got NFL preview. We're gonna go random on this. I said, Liam, keep track here. I don't have a running tally. Keep track of our picks.
I'll write it down. We have not gone over this at all. To be honest, I haven't looked at the NFL lines at all. I've only been focused on college. So I really don't know at all.
I've looked one time, and it was yesterday when I went to the Blazer game, and I really didn't pay attention because I was too worried about watching the Blazers beat the Houston Rockets last night. Denny Advia, career high, 40 41, 40, yep, 41.
Dirty Dan gave you an answer, by the way.
Okay, let's just read this out loud because I just wanted to. Malik is dog shit, but it's curious that he's not in the portal. Okay, back to business, boys. Okay, perfect. Nope, couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more with that. It is somewhat weird, and I think it's single-handedly because we paid him an absolute bag.
No, dude, he's waiting for the Ole Miss Miami game to end. He's going to go to the losing team.
He's okay. Back to business.
All right, sorry.
Like
Let's get back to
Dan
NFL.
said.
Back to business.
God dang it. Okay. So again, we have really not seen these lines, guys. This is something that we just decided we were going to do like right before we started the show. So we were like, you know what? Let's do a little surprise today. Let's just do it. In no particular order. Here we are. We got Rams and Panthers.
Good use of the ticker down here. This is great.
Yes, dude. I love the ticker. So right here, we got Panthers and Rams. Rams are favored minus 10.5 total. Over under is 45.5 total points.
Ooh, you taking the first game? I'll give you the first game if you want.
You want me to go first game? Okay. Well,
or
in that case,
unless you're not confident and want me to take it, then I'll take it. I don't really care.
I'm gonna be totally honest, guys. Out of all these games now that we're doing this, I don't like the board at all this week. And I have a breakdown. I think we'll give a little bit of a breakdown on each of these picks and why we're going to take them, because I think that just makes it fun. But yeah, this is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. Is this are we doing our first pick as our special like we usually do?
Oh, we can. Do you want me to take this then? I'll take this as my.
Go ahead and take your special. What game are we going for?
We'll do this one. Rams Panthers.
You want this as your special?
Yep. I'll take it.
Okay. Yep. So what do you got?
For the people that don't know, which is none of them, I have a principle with NFL games that no matchup is worth a double-digit spread. And double-digit dogs cover, I don't know what the number is, but they cover a lot. And I truly believe that no NFL team is worthy of a double-digit spread, at least more often than not. That being said, this is a playoff game. The Rams are on the road. Yes, give me the Panthers plus 10.5. They will not win this game, but they're not going to lose by 11.
I like it.
So I'll put that down as the Panthers plus 10.5 is my special.
Okay, so I mean that I was going to go with the same route. Not necessarily as my special, but if I had to pick, I was going to go with the same route there. I love Panthers plus 10.5. They're at home. The Rams have been not playing so great lately. I mean, they just played all their dudes and lost to the Falcons this last week. I don't know. I don't feel, or sorry, 2 weeks ago. Sorry. I don't have a great feeling about the Rams covering 10.5 points on the road when they have been playing their greatest. But again, they could turn things around, and they could be the Rams that we thought they were going to be quite a while ago and that they showed early on in the year. And they could absolutely just obliterate this team. I don't think Bryce Young is good. I think he has slightly improved. No doubt about that. But I still think
he's significantly improved. It's just not to the level of Stafford or competing for a championship.
No. And I think there's a reason. Obviously, the Panthers barely snuck in. They had to sneak in because the Falcons just beat the Saints last week in a game that really meant nothing to no one besides the Panthers or Buccaneers. Panthers get in barely 500. They have squeaked by any big name team really that they've played. They've gotten kind of manhandled. Yeah, I do like Stafford and them to win this game. Now, to win it by 11 points, I don't know. If you had to really put some money on it, I would definitely take the Panthers plus 10.5. So, as a special, Liam, I love your special.
Going, so.
I do like it. This is tough, man. This is tough to do. And we're gonna throw the 2 college games in this as well. Just letting you know, we're throwing the 2 college.
Is that what we're ending with right before kick? Okay.
Right before.
It looks like I got game day up on the side screen. There's about 35 minutes till kick. By the way, just as a backstop.
The perfect timing. If you had to go with my gut here on a special, guys, I I really do feel that, and I said this last night, Drew, if you're listening, Jordan, if you're listening, I told both y'all last night, and you said, nah, I wouldn't touch that game. I don't really feel good about it. I'll tell you what. I tell you what. Duh, Bears. I'm taking the Bears. I'm taking the Bears as my special. Plus 1.5. They're at home. The offense has been clicking. Caleb Williams has shown that he is a competitive quarterback and a capable quarterback in this league. Jordan Love still, to me, has shown like a handful of games, literally 5 games, that he has been pretty exceptional. Their offense is not clicking. They're capable. They have Josh Jacobs, yada, yada, yada. They don't have Kraft, which is his number one end zone target. Jaden Reed's been banged up all year. Christian Watson's been banged up. I don't know, man. I don't feel great about the Packers in this. They struggle offensively. They're the least, besides the Jets, they are the number one team in the league with the least amount of points scored in the first quarter of football in the entire NFL season. And I don't think the Bears have a great defense, but I will say the Bears have more turnovers caused defensively than any team in the NFL. Their defense isn't great, so it's amazing that they have that many turnovers. But I do like them straight up, especially you're going to give me as an underdog.
I like that.
Give me the Bears as my special. Bears
I like
plus
that.
1.5.
Bears are the 2 seed, right? This is a weird game where I can't see either of these teams winning a Super Bowl. Not this year. Maybe down the road. I think the Packers are pretty beat up. Caleb Williams is still young and improving a ton. Right, Ben Johnson is the real deal. I can't see either of these teams making it all the way, or at least winning the whole thing out of the NFC. But I like that pick. I would pick the Bears too.
I do. Yeah, I do agree. I don't see either of them winning a Super Bowl, but the fact that a 2 seed is a dog somehow is just automatic little red flag for me. I'm going to take that all day.
Cool.
So yeah, that is going to be my special. If you already wrote that down, what do you got for your next one?
We haven't gone over any of these. Just throw the next game up and I'll pick it. I got no problem with that. $2 game here. What's the next one?
Ooh. So you're going to give me the power? The power is in my hand?
Oh, breaking news. Damon Williams is leaning toward returning to Washington, according to Pete Thamel.
Yeah, I saw there was some little mishap with the portal and some type of NIL.
Okay, so his agent. So I've been following this a little bit earlier today. His agent, who was representing him, left him. They like broke contract and like he's no longer representing him. But even he said there was a change of philosophy or a difference in philosophy, and they didn't want to be represented anymore. Got it. Cool. Why would he want to come back? Like, there's no way after what Dogs fans said about him for the last 24 hours that, 1, he'd be welcome back, or 2, wanted back at all. Would you want him? Like, he was a good quarterback. Like, don't get me wrong. He's definitely – there was sneaky Heisman talk at the beginning of the year. That was never going to come to fruition.
He can go play for Oregon State if he wants.
Not for what he's making at UW, though. $4 million? No. But, I mean, I think he realized he's about to get – sued because in his NIL contract it explicitly states you can't be tampered with or talk to or go to any other school once you sign. Like, you're locked in. That's a contract. I don't think even the lack of antitrust legislation from Congress, even without that protecting the NCAA, there's no way he would win a lawsuit with that. There's no. I mean, you literally signed a contract for $4 million for a year. Sorry, I know we're doing NFL,
that's crazy.
But it's a college show, and that was breaking news.
And it's crazy news.
The mental gymnastics of Dog fans that they're about to do for the next couple of days is going to be amazing to watch. But also weird. Like, I wouldn't want him back and not that Marcel Reed did this at all, but like if Reed said, "Oh, I'm hitting the portal after I signed with A&M," I'd be like, go somewhere else. That's it. Now, if he said I'm hitting the portal without a contract, and then as a free agent came back, cool. Like, hey, you tested the waters. A&M's the best spot for you. Love it. Great. But you openly spurned UW to go seek employment for more money at allegedly LSU, right? And now you're coming back. And you didn't tell anybody. You dropped that on social media during UW Athletics' funeral. Like, that's so sad. Like, that's such a scumbag low move. I wouldn't want you back as a fan or an athlete or anything. I don't care how talented you are. That's bad. That's really, really bad. So That's my 2 cents on it. Yeah.
I love it. I love all of it. I mean, yeah, it's breaking news. Might
Yeah.
as well bring it up while we're
Sorry, back to
live
the
and in
NFL. I
action.
just had to bring that up with what they were showing on game day.
It's good. No, it's good. That's good stuff. It's good stuff. We do. I don't want to pick these for you, dude, because otherwise I'm gonna give you your own team. I'm giving you your own team. Steelers and Texans. Houston is favored though. -3 total is very low. 38.5, which I think is appropriate for this matchup. But what do you got? $2.
$2. The final score is going to be like 10-6, probably. It's in Pittsburgh. Houston's hot. Steelers won on again one of the games of the year. As a Texans fan, I'll put my $2 on Houston. This seems like a really big fade your fandom territory, but it's the playoffs. I'm all in. That being said, I have if I'm a casual fan, I have no good feel for this. I have no clue. We could get playoff Aaron Rodgers and just goes off for 38 and still find a way to lose. Or I think it's going to be a defensive slugfest. Houston's defense is nasty. Pittsburgh's defense is usually pretty nasty. I trust CJ Stroud, even though he's had his ups and downs this year. The Texans they find ways to win games. They were 15-point favorites against the Raiders and they won by 2. But guess what? They found a way to win. They've been doing it all year. They'll find a way against Pittsburgh. So I'll write it down now, but I'll take the Texans -3.
Love it. I do kind of agree. I think obviously Houston, great defense. Very solid on the defensive side of things. Steelers usually do have a good defense. This year they've been a little more susceptible and not as great.
Also, in TJ Watt being
TJ Watt is back.
That's worth 3 points at least.
Absolutely. He being back is scary. In its own aspect of things, just on that one side. Excuse me. I do trust Stroud, but not completely.
That's fair.
And like you said, through the ups and downs, we've seen the ups and downs. We've seen the full potential. And I think I compare him a lot to Jordan Love. I think they are very similar. I think their posture is similar. I think how they spin the football is similar. I think overall their teams, besides defense, is very similar. I think Green Bay has obviously Josh Jacobs is a better running back than what Houston has, in my opinion, and Houston's running backs have been beat up. If your starter's Woody Marks,
but they're still winning with him. That's the thing. Yeah,
but they're still winning. And so again, Houston is hot. Stroud hasn't been playing necessarily bad, but
Rodgers knows how to win, dude. It's all he's done.
He does. And Pittsburgh's at home, and that environment is a really awesome environment. If it was me personally, I would probably take Steelers +3. Not saying the Steelers win, but if you were going to give me 3 points for an opportunity to push, I would probably take Steelers +3 because it is, I think, going to be a slugfest. I think both teams are going to have a hard time moving the football. I could definitely see this game being 14-13, 14-10, 17-13. Like I could definitely
weather
see
shouldn't be a
like
factor in Pittsburgh though. Monday, high 37, low 33, partly cloudy. So nothing like cold, but nothing anybody can't handle. Benefit Texans there.
So yeah, benefit Texans there for sure. But yeah, and I think the other aspect of it is DK Metcalf's going to be back,
huge,
which the Steelers desperately need. And Rodgers, man, it's Rodgers. It's freaking Rodgers. So either he's going to get sacked like 7 times and he's not going to be able to get up off the field after about the 4th one. And he's going to be hobbling around and having a really hard time moving the football because I've seen that in the playoffs with my own San Francisco 49ers sticking it to that guy multiple times. They played the Packers 3 times and have absolutely stuck it to him every single time. And all I ever heard as a Niner fan was playoff Raj. He's so good, blah, blah, blah. And then he literally couldn't move the football, couldn't throw at us. He would only throw to Devontae Adams and only throw freaking 3-yard slants. Like, we'll see if that's kind of the same thing that you're going to get against Houston with a really good defense. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think it's going to be close, though. It's going to be a slugfest, like you said. I would totally agree with that. The one I want to pick, kind of going to take a little shot in the dark here. Since I made you take your own team, I will take my own team
Here
here.
we go.
Eagles, Niners, and you were saying something about fading fandom. I don't expect San Francisco to win this football game. After what I just saw against Seattle with maybe the best defense in the NFL, Houston is in that category. The Eagles are also in that category defensively. The Eagles offensively have been so bad. They've looked really, really bad lately, almost the entire season. But you're telling me that they have the same exact team as they won a Super Bowl with Saquon Barkley in the backfield. The Niners are depleted. They just signed 2 guys off the practice squad to start at linebacker for them. This is going to be a rout. This game could be a 2-touchdown type game, and it could be that way early, and then San Fran having to chip away and come back, and I don't see it happening. So if it was me here, I'm taking the Eagles minus 5.5, which is exactly what I'm going to take.
I completely disagree.
I think Philly beats us 24-13.
Well, we'll come back to it and see.
I don't think that now, as good as the Niners have been offensively, and then what I just saw last week, they're going to struggle again, dude. Especially Ricky sounds like he re-aggravated his PCL. He's not going to go this week. So then again, you don't have your man beater. You don't have a guy to blow it open over the top. If it's me as Kyle Shanahan, if you want to win this football game, there's only 2 people that should be touching the football. 2. George Kittle should basically catch every pass, and so should Christian McCaffrey. That's it. I don't think we're going to be able to run the football either. I think that's going to be a huge problem. Trent Williams is still not cleared to play. If you don't have him to run behind, this game's going to be rough. And last time Brock Purdy was here, he literally broke his elbow in half. And it could be a nightmare. So shout out Meek Mill here with the nightmare, man. This could be an absolute freaking nightmare for the Niners and Philly.
Okay,
or it turns out to be really, really good for me, and we win this game.
Let me ask you this: if you guys win this game, like clearly you're very down on San Francisco here, going on the road, a lot of injuries still. Some guys might play, some might not. If they win this game, how much more confident do you feel going through the rest of the playoffs that you're projecting a loss? But if you win this game, do you think you could? We're back. We could win a Super Bowl. Okay.
No, not at all. Defense is it's so depleted, man. It's sad to watch. I mean, you're only starting guys or a starting safety with Mustafa and with DeAndre Lenoir corner, and he's a top 3 corner in the league. They were showing the stats against JSN. I don't know if anybody saw him get pushed over by JSN and kind of get bullied, but it was kind of funny. JSN's only had like 1 catch on him in 2 matchups this year for a guy that is going to set the record or could potentially set the record for the Seahawks. Obviously a shutdown corner, but you have absolutely 0 pass rush. And this is not a slight to Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh to me is one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, but he has nothing to work
when
with.
When you're one of the best DCs in the league, you're still hampered by 3rd string guys.
Yeah, your entire squad is 3rd string and practice squad guys that you're filling in on your defensive line, your linebacking core. Jair Brown, who should never start at safety because he can't cover a fucking parked car. It's just things like that, dude. There's just no reason. There's just no reason that guy should ever be on the field, but this is what he has to work with, right? So your entire defense is literally just a bend, don't break type defense. Well, the problem is now you're placing a team that just won a Super Bowl, who at any moment, a snap of the finger, I feel like can figure it out. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. So Goddard or Smith and AJ Brown were both 1,000-yard receivers this year. Flying under the radar. Dallas Goedert had probably his best year he's ever had in his career, and yet they're talking about Jalen Hurts and that he's not very good, and their offense isn't very good because they haven't put up a lot of points. They just haven't finished in the red zone, and Saquon's not having the year that he had last year. But if they wake up, and especially since they're playing a team that's absolutely depleted on the defensive side of things, Saquon could run for 200 yards this game, and this could get very ugly. So, but like you said, if for some reason we show up, these guys put it together, they bend, don't break, they only give up field goals, and our offense doesn't look like it did last week because that was absolutely embarrassing, then who knows? You never know. And it's the playoffs. You never really know. It's that other side of me that I really want to take San Fran plus 5.5 because I think we can keep it close. I just don't see us winning.
If I were betting this game, I'm taking San Fran. I get the injuries, but it's the playoffs. It's San Francisco, and the Eagles have not been impressive this year, despite their talent. Real quick, we got about 10 to 15 before the game, just as a heads up. So I might have to speed around through some of the NFL.
Yep. Next one here. What do we got left? We got Patriots, Chargers, or Jaguars, Bills. Which one you want?
Let's see. Pats, Chargers. Oh, I don't even know what the spread is for Jags, Bills. Oh my god. Well, let's do Jags, Bills. Screw it.
Jags, Bills.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got Jags, Bills, and the spread is.
No.
Yeah.
Rat line. Jags at home. Jags are hot. I trust Jacksonville, which is weird. Jacksonville's like Indiana, right? Never won.
That's
anything.
Weird.
The one.
Never heard somebody say that one.
Yeah. And this people, there's so much pressure on Josh Allen right now to win because there's no Lamar in the playoffs. There's no Mahomes. There's no Burrow. Yep. Like, oh, it's an easy path. Like, dude, the AFC is so loaded. So, like, not necessarily the best quarterback talent. It's good, but not the best. But my goodness, the talent just across the board is ridiculous. So the AFC is a gauntlet. I would argue it's almost harder this year than in some other years because there's so many good teams, not just the Chiefs standing out. Bills on the road, weather won't be a factor in Jacksonville. Give me the Jags plus 1.5. Jags money line. I'll take it every single point you got. Jags are winning this game.
I absolutely do love that pick. I said from the start that I think Jags money line, they're hot, man. Lawrence is playing really good ball right now. ETN with the run game has been really solid. All their receivers have stepped up really, really well. I love Jacksonville in this game. And I think, again, yes, there's no one really in front of Josh Allen, but those are just big name guys who usually are there.
Bills
like you said,
can't play defense, dude.
It's collectively so much better than it usually is across the board. And yes, there's a couple teams like the Patriots who have like realistically played like the worst schedule you can possibly imagine.
No, that's not an exaggeration. Legitimately the worst schedule ever.
Yeah. But you still got to beat teams. It's still the NFL. Everybody's still pros. We saw the Browns beat the Steelers 2 weeks ago for absolutely no freaking reason. We saw the Raiders beat the Chiefs this last week, which I know the Chiefs don't have anybody. They didn't play anybody. But why are the Raiders winning? Like, you don't want to win, you know? It's to me, it's still not Josh Allen's year because their receiving core is terrible. Their defense isn't very good. It's him and James Cook. If you stop the run game with James Cook, this team's in really, really, really big trouble because it's Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, who are not guys that are pushing the ball down the field.
Yeah, but
it's all very intermediate.
Great tight ends, but
great tight ends. Yeah, not taking it away from him. Your wide receiver one is Keon Coleman, who's been banged up, and he is not proven to be what everybody maybe thought he was going to be out of Florida State. And then you have Shakir. Shakir is not a number one receiver on any team in the NFL. He's a number 2 at best, and he might not even be 2, but maybe 3. So that's what he has to work with, and it's all on Josh Allen. It's all this pressure on Josh Allen. You got to make it happen. You got to do it. Blah 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 blah. And I think it's going to be too much. Bills Mafia is not at home.
They'll travel though. More breaking news, not as exciting, but College Game Day just clean sweep for Miami. All 3 guys on the front desk picked Miami. So do with that what you may.
Wow.
Yep.
Drew said, "Love the Jags. Bills have 0 O-line." I see. I love it.
I like that, Andrew. That's a great.
Couldn't agree. Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Yep. Which now that we're all picking Jacksonville, it's going to go. Bills are going to win. But
yeah, probably. Josh Allen's going to show who Josh Allen really is, and now they're going to win.
Which would be awesome. And I would love the Bills.
I love Josh Allen, so I'm not taking anything away from that.
No. It's just I think it's a bad spot for him. All right.
Last one. Patriots, Chargers. Line being Patriots minus 3.5. Like I mentioned, worst schedule in football as far as winning percentage against the teams they're playing. You got to play the Jets twice. You got the Jets twice, and must I remind you, this is a crazy stat, everyone. The New York Jets did not intercept a single pass the entire NFL season.
That's never been done, right?
I
There's
doubt
no
it.
way.
I doubt it.
There's no way that's never or been replicated.
So again, please, I'm begging anyone to take Patriots minus 3.5. I'm taking the Chargers plus three and a
It's
half.
your pick.
You're gonna give me the half with the Chargers and Justin Herbert, baby. Come on, let's go. I'm definitely taking that. I love Herbert. Nothing against Drake May. I think Drake May obviously has shown that he is very capable in this league. He's been balling. He's using
He's
his
going to win a
legs.
Super Bowl. He will win a Super Bowl as a
He's
starter.
doing what I saw him do at North Carolina, and I said a long time ago that hey, I do really respect and like his game. I think he has a lot of talent. And I think the Patriots have obviously seen that with him of, wow, this guy could be maybe a little Tom Brady-ish and actually can move a little bit. So I love it. I do love the Patriots. I think they have a good thing going. They got a lot of noise surrounding the Stephon Diggs and another player on their team right now. There's a little riffraff going on. And Harbaugh's just sitting over there silently doing his thing that Harbaugh always does, which is win, baby, win. That guy wins more games than anybody. I think statistically, percentage-wise, than anyone in NFL history as a head coach. He won over 72% of his games when he was with the 49ers. Oops. So
crazy.
Give me the Chargers with a great run game.
You know
great
he
play
wants
action.
a Super Bowl so bad, like his brother.
Yes,
so bad. Because then he's got one up. Yep.
Yeah, he's got the play action. He's got everything going for him with Herbert and a great quarterback. That's why he took this job. He's in the exact situation that he wanted here. And I think the Chargers have a good enough defense to keep them in ball games. They create turnovers. They have that total scheme about it's the Harbaugh thing, man. Give me Chargers plus 3.5. I do love that. Last two, boys. We're gonna wrap this thing up really, really quick here.
This is what we're here for.
This is what we are here for. So, game tonight, Ole Miss, Miami. The fact that College Game Day just wiped the board with Miami makes me love my pick so much more. I would take Ole Miss money line points. I'm going to take them to cover the 3 points all day long. Miami was impressive. They looked really, really good against Ohio State. The 3 weeks off is way too much time for anybody in the league. That needs to be changed so badly by the NCAA. No one should have 3 weeks off before they're playing another football game, especially a playoff game. Miami has been warmed up. They've had a couple weeks. Carson Beck has done just enough to not be a complete idiot and mess up the game for his own team. He needs to get out of the way. As long as he just hands the ball off and complete screen passes, they have a chance. The defense will keep him in it. But if you're going to give me 3, what Ole Miss just did to a very non-slouching Georgia football team, yeah, man, I'm taking Ole Miss plus 3. Ole Miss plus 3.
I love that. I think if it's a low-scoring game, Miami wins, but the total set at 52. So if it goes any way that Vegas thinks, I like Ole Miss as well. Trinidad's done nothing but win in his time at Ole Miss and Ferris State. My biggest concern, to be honest, is Miami's defensive line. Because if they can get after him and he doesn't have time to throw and they can't establish a run game at all, Miami will win this game pretty soundly. But I don't think that's the case. I think Ole Miss's O-line is good enough to handle them. We've seen it all year. And Trinidad's just a dog. He's a baller.
And they got something to prove, man.
Miami's got plenty of talent too, but you saw when they played a good defense like an A&M, like they struggled mightily. Even the Ohio State game, right? Beck did enough to win. It was great, but they had a pick 6. There's a 14-point swing right there. So unless something horrible happens, and Trinidad doesn't turn the ball over, I think he's thrown 4 picks all year. I like Miami. Or I'm sorry, I like Ole Miss to win this game outright, but I'll take the 3 as well.
And you're no way you're telling me that Miami's defense overall is that much better than Georgia's. I would have a hard time believing that. Across the board.
You just saw them play. They played twice, and it's come down to a 1-possession game both times.
Yeah. So to me, I think Ole Miss should be the team here, and they got something to play for with Kiffin leaving them. They're trying to make a statement
we get 2.
Like should have stuck around, brother.
Talk.
Yeah. Yep. Should have stuck around, brother. Come watch this happen. So I hope they get a shot at it. I want to see them in the Natty. Ole Miss, and then we're gonna roll into this one. Bingo. Bango, bongo, Indiana, Oregon. We kind of touched on it earlier. Guys, if you haven't watched the show enough, you obviously know who I'm going with here. Indiana.
No one here tries to hide their bias,
Indiana.
which is what sets us apart from so many others, right?
Absolutely.
We are very biased in who we want. I am, as of now, a pro SEC guy because of A&M. I will root for Ole Miss, right?
Yep.
One, I think they're going to win. Two, I want Miami to lose because of A&M losing to them. No one's picking the Ducks. It's just set the record straight.
And screw Carson Beck also. I don't like that guy either. So, yeah, now this changes the half point does change things because I think it is going to be a close game. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if people took Oregon plus 3.5 all day long on this. Wouldn't be surprised there. But the 48.5 total, I kind of like the under on that. Not gonna lie there. I like the under on the Ole Miss Miami game as well. I really do like that under. I think it's still gonna be relatively close, like more of like a 24-20, 21, 21-17 type game. I think this one could be potentially the same kind of way. Both teams are going to be trying to run in the football, a lot of play action, a lot of clock being eaten, a lot of time, maybe some long drives, sustained drives. So I do like the under on the 48.5. I like Indiana to win. I'm not going to say they're going to maybe cover the 3.5. If I had to take a spread, I would probably take Oregon plus 3.5. I do think it's going to be maybe a field goal type game, but I hope Indiana surprises me, and I hope they just come out and they just do the damn thing and blow these guys out of the water, because ducks do get blown out of the water. It's hunting season, so come on.
When Indiana beat Oregon for the first time in Autzen, week 5, 4, whatever it was a massive shock to everybody. Indiana announced they were here, and Oregon, I think, was taken by a little bit of surprise. Indiana's gotten better since that time. I think Oregon has too. Both teams have improved, but Indiana has discovered who they are. They've won tough games. They've won close games like the Penn State game, and they've blown a bunch of bad teams out too. Yep. Then they just went to town on Alabama. Best game of the year by far, right? Most complete game. Beating Ohio State. Ohio State, I think, is better than Oregon, even though they're out right now. Indiana wins this game, and I think the only reason it's close and under 3.5 is because Mendoza makes a couple big mistakes. I think their defense is nasty. Oregon did not do much against Tech, and like we talked before, Indiana comps well with Texas Tech on defense. Yep. It's going to be a similar turnout like that, and if Indiana can get to 24, they're going to win this game. That's how I see it, pending some ridiculous defensive play, another pick six, which Mendoza threw in that game, and they still won by 10. Oregon had no answer on offense. Yeah. So this is.
I was going to say he did throw a pick six against them, and Dante Moore also threw either 2 or 3. I don't know if it was three picks, but he turned the ball over a bunch too. And I mean, that was a huge problem, obviously. So it's going to come down to the same type of thing. And who's going to turn the ball over less? I think both defenses, I can't wait for it. It's going
to be an awesome game.
It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a good old fashioned helmet to helmet smashing, freaking absolute banger of a football game.
And if I might request, could they please both wear their home uniforms? Could Oregon go like all green?
Just go green versus red,
like just a straight Christmas tree game.
That would actually be sick. That would be sick. So, are you going to the game?
Yep. The plan is to head to the Peach Bowl tomorrow, so it should be a good time.
And so, what do we got? How long of a drive we got?
3.5.
Wow, that ain't bad.
Yeah, I can do
that.
That
ain't bad. Okay.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump to Atlanta. So
the real question is, I mean, we're wearing red, right?
I got to dig up some red. I got some Coug stuff Wazoo stuff that I could wear. I don't have any Indiana gear. The real question is, do I wear a Beavs hat?
We did say that maybe the shirts would be a great option for that.
I don't know. I don't want to get punched though. That'd be
punched. Oh man, the Indiana fans will defend you. The Indiana, I'm gonna take corn-fed Indiana fans over any Duck fan. Please, I would wear the shirt. If it was me, I'd wear the shirt.
The shirt will make an appearance on Twitter if I wear it.
I'm buying a plane ticket right now. I will see you in the morning.
Jeez, see you in Atlanta.
That would be incredible.
No, I can't wait though. It's gonna be super fun. I'll try to document what I can and share it all. But these are 2 playoff games that we've been wanting for a long time, right? 2 closely competitive teams or games, 4 great teams, and anyone can win it. That's the playoff we've been looking for, and it's finally here. And I'm pumped for. Going to get some fresh blood in the championship no matter what.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap this thing up. Thank you guys for tuning in so much, man. Liam, thank you for your last show for a little while. And have fun tomorrow. Go Hoosiers.
Go Hoosiers.
And go Rebs tonight. Yeah, we want Ole Miss tonight. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate tuning in the Hurt Locker this week. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be good. We're gonna see who's paying. We're gonna be seeing who's paying out of pocket this next week too for those picks. So
can't wait.
We'll keep those in tune too. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you very much. Hour and 10 minutes in. Go tune in. Miami Ole Miss starting right now. Kickoff is about to start. Thank you guys. See you later. Go Hoosiers.